Hello and welcome to the For We Are Many podcast. My name is Rob, and I will be your host and comrade this evening. And joining me here
Hello,
is
Trisha, your other host and comrade always, not just for tonight.
fair enough. I am currently sharing the video to some left-wing groups and some
Beautiful.
union groups. If everybody could take a moment to do the same thing. Tonight, we are going to
Yep.
be talking about unions. Um, um, we're going to be talking about May Day, I should say. That's probably the first thing that we're going to dive into because it was a pretty active May Day around the world.
Indeed.
So we see some activity. Oh yeah, and we're gonna give a little bit of a checkup. I have to find the messages from Vicky with the numbers, but we're gonna do a little bit of a follow up on the Dollar General piece. Mary will not be joining us tonight, but we did get some information from her. First of all, though, happy belated May Day. And sometime in the near future here, we will be having a historical May Day episode. I'm almost done putting the notes together for it, and it came out to like 13 pages. So, needless to say, there's a lot to it, but it's an American day. And, like a lot of people out there in the wild seem to think that May Day is something that's only celebrated in like the USSR or Cuba, when in fact it began right here and it commemorated things that happened right here. I appear to have lost Trisha. I am still trying to post to groups. I suck at filling dead air. All right, I will do that when she comes back. Anyway, I hope everybody is doing well today. I don't know about you guys, but it's been a pretty long week for me. So the leader of the president, I should say, I don't know why I said leader. The president of Sri Lanka was facing calls on May Day to step down. The opposition party, I hope I don't butcher this, Samara Jana Balawegaya, SJB, showed unity on Sunday, joining together to demand the resignation of President Gotabaya Rajapaksa over the country's worst ever economic crisis. The rally took place at Independence Square in the capital, Colombo, and speaker after speaker called for resignation of the powerful ruling family. So the president's been barricaded in his official residence for months, and there was a former legislator calling for, not calling for, I guess, but saying directly, quote, "It is time for us to pull him by his ear and kick him out." Numerous anti-presidential, I guess you would call them, protests have occurred due to months of lengthy blackouts, skyrocketing inflation, and shortages of food, fuel, and pharmaceuticals. I just want to say that we have entered yet another crisis of capitalism, right? And these shortages of food, fuel, pharmaceuticals, inflation, maybe not everywhere, but these things are going to be global issues. So, much like I was saying also about Sri Lanka when these protests started months ago, about a month ago, I guess it would be. But like I was saying, when these protests started, that it was like a canary in the coal mine. We're not going to be free from it living here. Hello.
Hi. Signal dropped. Back from the ether. I wasn't sure which one of us dropped because it showed you frozen on my screen, and I'm like, okay.
It showed you frozen on my screen, but I mean, I'm also like 8 feet from the router, so it better not be me.
Right. Well, I mean, my computer's a foot from my hotspot, which also is saying full signal. And even Restream was showing both of our signals as being completely full. So I don't know what the fuck the deal was. But I refreshed the page and at least it worked. I can hear you again now. But fucking computers.
Oh, for sure.
Technical difficulties. All right, let's see if I can get it to open the notes now.
I'm about halfway through the Sri Lanka one. I don't have any video from the Sri Lankan May Day rallies, but we do have quite a bit of video. Now that you're back, though, if I can, do you got the notes open?
I have Slack open. I am scrolling through.
Oh, well, Emily made us notes. I don't know if she put them in there. I sent them.
Okay, that's what I was looking for, and I don't see. I see the articles, but okay.
I sent them in Messenger because that's how she sent them to me.
Okay. Give me a second. No.
Hold on. I should be able to like open this not in fucking Messenger though. Why can't I?
Oh goodness. Technical difficulties always.
Oh yeah, for sure. I just sent it to your personal thing, so you don't got to scroll through the group chat though.
I appreciate it. I see that. Okay, downloading it now. And thank you, Emily. Fucking rock.
Yeah, for real. So these protests were started in mid-March, so I guess I wasn't too far off when I initially said like 2 months ago.
Yeah.
The previously mentioned former legislator, staged a sit-in outside the president's private residence and urged all parties to unite and topple the government. The country's main leftist party, JVP, held its own rally outside a Colombo railway station, insisting the government should step down and allow an early election. Chants like "Go to go home, go to," while waving red flags. Gee, I wonder what those red flags stand for.
Right.
Socialism.
We're talking the left kind of red.
Right.
I almost said the right kind of red, but I don't want to be misconstrued for that meaning right wing. No, the left kind of red. So the correct.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's see. It says here several minor opposition parties also demonstrated in Colombo and other provincial capitals. I'm curious, do we have any footage of...
Not of Sri Lanka, I already said that.
Oh, I didn't hear you. Your audio was still kind of clippy for a minute.
Gotcha. Yeah, we have videos of quite a few rallies, but not the ones in the capital of Sri Lanka.
Okay. It says here, Goda's ruling SLPP coalition skipped its customary May Day rally and instead issued a statement asking all political parties to, quote, overcome the challenges that we face. He said, instead of following up on who is responsible for the current problematic situation, what we need to do now is focus on what action can be taken to provide immediate relief. Elsewhere, activists laid siege to Goda's seafront office for the 23rd straight day, calling for his resignation. That's some fucking solidarity right there. 23 days of protest.
Yeah, for real.
president reportedly told dissidents within his coalition government on Friday that he was willing to consider forming a unity government, but neither he nor his brother, the country's prime minister, would step down. Well, might find themselves not having a choice in the matter if it's step down or, I don't know, step up to a noose or a guillotine.
Yep. Yep. And
Some
I mean,
contempt.
I'm seeing a lot of like progressive minded people like really like letting go of their pacifist tendencies. I mean, like, dude, I just for shits and giggles, I was like scrolling through some Bernie groups today, and they're all like the one that I sent the chat where he's got the fucking baseball bat and it says "I'm no longer asking." That
Right.
seems to be the mindset in a lot of, like Bernie oriented groups. And I mean, like 2 weeks ago, I was calling them shit libs. Like maybe they're getting there.
Maybe, just maybe, they're starting to
Maybe.
fucking get it.
Yeah, I am still sharing two groups, by the way. That's why I'm looking down. It's not because I don't care about you guys.
I thought you were looking in the notes for what was next.
No, that's on my screen. Well, there's still. Did you get through the whole rest of that?
Rest of what? The notes or the pieces in
The rest
Slack?
of the rest of the notes for that section.
Oh yeah, yeah. The next section is the International Labor Day or May Day. Uh,
Yeah, the Al Jazeera article has a lot of photos and videos, which that is in Slack. I'm going to bring it up so I can screen share it. But if you want to start reading from the notes, or well, not necessarily reading, but hold on. Because I have this in battery saver mode. That's why it's all fucking slow.
ah, fuck battery saver.
Yeah, now I put it
Use
back
that.
in extreme performance.
Right. Better performance. Always. Always improves things.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention in the intro thing that we're going to be talking about NFTs. Don't worry, it's not going to be a long conversation, but Dean threw it out there so we could bring it up. But imagine that, a currency, well, not necessarily just currencies, but NFTs are crumbling. I mean, honestly, that could be the whole conversation on that. Jesus. But who could have predicted it? You know what I'm saying?
A lot of financial analysts. A lot. To be fair.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that was the joke.
Yeah.
It's fucking wild,
I know.
dude.
You know me, I gotta throw my Captain Obvious cape on every now and then. But we'll get to that in a moment, though. For now, let's hit the May Day stuff because we had a pretty epic May Day this year. Um, Demonstrators around the world took to the streets on Sunday to celebrate workers and to push for improved labor rights. Rallies in South Korea, Sri Lanka, Cambodia, Serbia, Turkey, India, Pakistan, Greece, France, and Cyprus, amongst others. Citizens and trade unions in cities all around Europe took to the streets for marches with protests, messages to their governments. Notably, France used the holiday to rally against newly elected or re-elected President Emmanuel Macron. Macron. I don't really know how you pronounce that. I probably
I've
destroyed
always said
it.
Macron.
I think that's what it is, but I'm not sure. But motherfucking macaroni over there. The Turkish protesters attempted to reach Istanbul's main Taoism square for May Day demonstrations against economic hardship caused by inflation, but the Turkish riot police arrested dozens of protesters. So, another moment of fuck the police. Guess what? Protesting's a right. Not a privilege, a right. And real rights can't actually be taken away. Just saying. Um, Many Chinese marked a quiet May Day this year as the government's zero COVID approach restricts travel and enforces lockdowns in multiple cities. For example, in Beijing, few people were seen in the pedestrian only streets in central Beijing's historic Qianmen district, normally bustling with tourists on national holidays. So that kind of sucks that COVID's keeping them indoors still. Um,
Yeah.
and in the link that goes with that, there's a lot of pictures. Um, if you
There
can,
there is, and I'm trying, but for whatever reason, Slack is running like dog ass on my computer right now.
okay. Well, when you get them up, they'll be up on.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
I mean, I can pull up some of the other stuff. Because I can't download this document for whatever fucking reason. That's really what's fucking this up because I can't click the link that's in the notes because it's open in Messenger.
it's the Al Jazeera one.
I know, but I can't
Yeah,
click
that's
the
why.
link.
I'm just saying,
And
like,
I
can you click it from Slack though? Is it in Slack? Let me
Slack
see.
is running like dog ass. I've been trying to scroll
Yeah.
up this whole time.
Let me see if it'll let me screen share because I didn't realize like earlier my shit had automatically logged onto your Wi-Fi, but when we had the technical issue, I checked and took it off of your Wi-Fi, so maybe my signal can actually pull that up for screen share. Where the fuck did it go? It's always fun for you guys out there watching our show, huh? Uh, oh, goodness. Scott, where are you? We need you. I'm not even. How am I not finding this in Slack?
Emily just gave us the notes in Slack, so I can actually fucking open it.
I just saw that pop up. Thank you, Emily.
Oh my god. Download. Sorry, you guys. I thought that I was going to be able to just click it and download it, but no.
Right? And I don't know why, but I'm not seeing the Al Jazeera link.
That might have been one of the things that I added when we were going through it. But there we go. Okay.
Got it?
Oh my god. Yeah, I have to accept cookies now.
Oh my God.
Oh my god, and they want to send me notifications. Ah. Okay, so yeah, I'm just gonna basically. This is France 24. Oh, I clicked the wrong thing.
I think that's the next link. Uh,
Okay. Okay. Sorry, you guys. I got it now. I got it.
okay.
Hey, what's going on in the chat anyway?
I don't fucking know.
Oh,
There's too
Natalie's
much
there.
going
Hi,
on here.
Natalie. Wait, will it let you screen share though? Because
Uh, give me a second and I'll try again. Now that
it won't even let me screen share. That's never
um
happened. Like I can't click the button.
do, 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 do. Okay, there it is. Give me a second to load that up and I'll share the tab. Yep, it'll work. Okay.
I really want to know why it won't let me screen share.
I don't know.
Like, I can click invite guests, I can turn my camera off, but I can't screen share.
It's fucking redonkulous, man. Okay, can you see this?
Yeah.
Okay, good shit. Get that off there. Yeah, check that out,
Right.
bro.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do too, was just scroll down them because, like, I mean, it says where they are, and that's in South
Yep,
Korea.
right,
That's in the capitalist Korea.
right, right. And this is the Korean Confederation of Trade Unions who staged this May Day rally. This is fucking dope. That's in Seoul. Um, Scrolling. Some trucks nobody can fucking afford. And look at all those hammers and sickles. Fuck yeah.
Yes. I
Fuck
bet that's
yeah.
it. I bet that's in India.
Yup, dude, look at what those two in front are holding. He's got what looks like a judge's fucking mallet hammer, and she's got the
Right.
sickle. I love it. I fucking love it. That's great.
Center of India Trade Unions, I called it.
Yep. Um,
For
Hyderabad,
those that
India.
weren't with us like a year ago, they stormed the Red Fort in New Delhi on tractors, waving hammer and sickle flags.
That's
Yeah.
wild.
And the hammer and sickle flags are really why you didn't probably hear about it in Western media.
Right. They don't want to acknowledge that communism still exists in many places across the globe. They want to pretend like they killed that back with the McCarthyism bullshit and Red Scare. They didn't. You cannot kill the spirit of a movement. As Fred Hampton said, you can kill a revolutionary, but you cannot kill the fucking revolution. This photo here is in Marseille, southern France. People coming out in droves there too. Can't read French, so I don't know what the fuck their signs say, but I'm still giving them the solidarity fist. Check this out. This is in Belgrade, Serbia. Again, they're marching for better pay and better working conditions. And let's see here.
And the next
Pakistani
one's,
day laborers here,
yep.
Karachi.
For reference, it appears that they are sitting at their job site with their tools, instead of working. That is,
Uh-huh.
they might not be
They laid
marching,
down.
but they are still certainly participating.
Right. They're like, see this? We are sitting down on strike. I like sit down strikes. Look at that shit. They didn't just lay down their jackhammers. They're like, fuck it, we're turning this shit upside down. I dig it. And let's see. This is in Athens, Greece.
Yeah, sure is.
Yep. I like it. They're over there telling their government, "Tos mo kefali malaka." Let's eat my shit, asshole. Anyway, I, I like swearing in Greek. It's fun. This one is from Istanbul, Turkey, in Taksim Square. Police officers fucking around with the protesters because they're defying a ban to be out there. So we're fucking solidarity with you guys in Istanbul too. And see, this is in Cambodia. He's holding a banner there that says, "Together we end the use of asbestos in Cambodia." I didn't know they were even still fucking using that there. Oh my god. Like we've known for decades that shit's toxic. That's in Phnom Penh. And I hear blooping. Is somebody
No, it was me. Like I said, I was gonna try to, refresh the page to
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it was blooping about you popping back in for that. Got you.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, it blooped more than once, so thought somebody else was
Yeah, and
trying
it
to.
still didn't do what I was trying to make it do.
Uh, this is Sri Lanka's Frontline Socialist Party members. They're in Colombo, Sri Lanka. Dude, this solidarity across the globe is fucking beautiful. Look, they got power fist flags there, too. Dig it. This is Nicosia, Cyprus. Uh, they're inside a UN buffer zone, Ladra Palace. Um, yeah, let's see. Okay, that appears to be the end of the photos, at least for that one. Okay. Um, trying to see. I gotta open my phone back up for the notes. Uh, where were we? The Buffalo Rising uh, article. Do you want to start reading the notes there with Eugene Debs while I grab this other article to screen share? You're muted.
I was muted. It was on my mic, not on that. That's funny. What the hell was I? Oh yeah, you don't need to screen share that. There's nothing in there to screen share. This was before the
Okay.
event. They were promoting for the event. So this is going to be a pretty short one. It was released on April 26th. Basically, Buffalo, New York. Um, Eugene V. Debs Hall in Buffalo, New York had a May Day event, but I haven't seen any articles about how the event went.
Mm. I have not either.
But I do have some other things now that I got my screen share thing working. That's why I had to bloop in and out for those that may be wondering. Um, but there's some videos.
I'll be right back. I gotta grab another water. Move.
Oh my god. Slack is still working like dog ass though.
Okay. Move. Move, Sarah. Get the hell out of my seat. Oh my goodness. Oh, I know.
I'm getting really mad at this whole like Slack situation.
What's going on?
Like it's just running like dog ass. I tried, closing it and reopening it, and it's not.
Okay, what were you going to grab? I'll screen share it.
The global news and the redfish videos.
Are those under content creation or current events?
Oh, that's why I can't fucking find them. God damn it.
Why?
Because
Are
I
you
was
looking
in
in the wrong
content
channel?
creation instead of current event show.
It helps. But if it's still running too laggy for you to share, then
Well, I mean, I'm not going to be playing the video out of there. I just have to click the link in there.
right.
My browser is working fine. And so is everything else. So I don't know what the fuck is going on with Slack right now.
I don't know.
All right. Oh my God. That's so funny that Slack just tried to like send me to Slack when I tried to open the video in the browser. The fuck? It's okay. I got it. We're good. I'm just setting up the screen share now. But like, what the fuck was that? That's in Paris, France. So, people, when you're videoing a live event on your cell phone, turn it sideways, please, for the love of God. This is in Istanbul, Turkey. I want to point out like a couple of things actually. First of all, the action setting on that camera. How long has it been since you've heard a film camera?
Right. Doing the click,
anyway.
click, click. Yeah.
Yeah. Second, notice that their police are dressed in brightly colored vests. That being said, they're covering their faces just like ours do. But yeah, anyway, that was the only things that I wanted to interject.
Araca. Trabzon'a o Trabzon'a niye kapatalım? Aşağı iner misin? At bunu ara.
I am going to turn down this volume though so we can talk more. Germany usually goes pretty hard for May Day. But, of course, well, obviously they do. You see how to arrest one guy, they make an entire circle around that person. The cops, that is. So, like, obviously they know that the crowd is going to try to fucking, fight back.
Right.
As I see, rocks and bottles flying through the air.
Right. They're not playing any fucking games.
Right. So, I mean, May Day has dealt with police suppression since the first May Day.
Right.
Like, straight up. Remember, the first May Day led to the Haymarket riot in Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, Chile went hard, by the way.
Yeah. So,
like, there's a video from Redfish. When those armored vehicles move in that have, like, the thing that the guy was hitting with a baseball bat. When those rolled in, right, like, people were throwing Molotov cocktails at him and shit. And as you see, there's a fire truck on fire from a Molotov cocktail.
They ain't playing fucking games either. Shit.
No, I mean, as I understand it, they had a pretty massive strike and they had massive demonstrations. And as per usual, the police tried to break it up.
Failed. Looks like the police got just as much returned to them as they were given. Shit.
Look at all them red flags.
Hell yeah.
The point is, though, is a lot of the things that we've been discussing have, like, you know, been about how these types of situations are going to take off globally, right? And I think that we're just seeing just barely the beginning of it. But to quote Lenin, and I mean, we've been talking about this a lot in the chat, but like, there are decades when nothing happens, and then there are weeks where decades happen. And I think that that's where we're at right now. Sorry, I got distracted by Jerome Powell giving an update on Fed interest rate hikes, which we could have talked about that this week, but honestly, I don't know enough about it. I do know that they are doing a 0.5% hike, which they haven't done in like 40 years or something. But I mean, you know, I'm in like my fourth once in a lifetime crisis of capitalism, so I'm kind of numb to it at this point. Yeah, hold on.
Rolling through the notes.
There should be some redfish stuff from Wade, and then there is a Paris. God damn it. I scrolled just a hair too far. There we go. So I have video from Paris that's from France 24 rather than part of the Global News mashup.
Right.
So, I mean, this is what, you know, their liberal rags are saying anyway.
Well, the demonstrations have kicked off. Demonstrators, protesters leaving Place de la République. You've got some just behind me, all holding banners calling for Emmanuel Macron to stop his plans of reforms. And they say these are left-wing, far-left supporters who believe they have a right to not just work, but also live freely and in happiness. That's one of the messages we've been reading on banners. And of course, here, a rather festive atmosphere has to be said. Thousands on the streets of Paris, even though police is expecting potential clashes with some violent and angry protesters. For the time being, we haven't seen any, but it was the case in recent years during previous editions of May Day, Labor Day. But here people are calling for rights for workers, for improved rights, and they are basically saying that President Macron needs to listen to the streets, needs to listen to the people who are demonstrating today. And there are rallies like this all across the country in Lyon, Bordeaux, Marseille, all the major cities. So once again, rather festive atmosphere with trucks, with very big, I have to say, sound systems, blasting music to try to get everybody in a good mood and to mobilize supporters this a week after the presidential election that saw Emmanuel Macron re-elected.
Yeah, and it's not just the workers or the unions with messages, it's also political parties with parliamentary elections looming.
Just behind us, Jean-Luc Mélenchon, the third man, if you will, in the presidential election, the one who arrived just after Marine Le Pen and Emmanuel Macron in the first round, while Jean-Luc Mélenchon, the far-left leader, addressed his supporters gathered here. He was with all his entourage, let's say, the other heavyweights of La France Insoumise party, and he...
I want to know what the French media considers far left. I mean, it's going to be farther left than the Democrats for goddamn sure. But like, I mean, is it like center left or is it far left?
Right. Are we talking them socialists or even social democrats? Or are we talking real labor movement?
Right. And I mean, honestly, I've never been to France, so I don't know. Their version of the Overton window would be not nearly as fascist as ours.
Yeah.
Because they go out into the streets every May Day.
And because anytime
Because when
there's any other issue, they hit the fucking streets. I mean, a few years ago, didn't they roll up guillotines on the fucking front lawn?
Oh, yeah, dude. Okay, so like Parliament, right, if I remember correctly, tried to cut pensions. And the working class, like, literally, like, you know, smashed a business district, right? Rolled fucking guillotines up to Parliament, right? Like,
like, you want to do what that we didn't give you permission to?
right? Like, what do you think? What do you think you're doing?
Addressed his supporters. He said that victory was possible in what he calls the third round of the presidential elections. Understand the parliamentary vote coming up in mid-June. And he talked, of course, about the ongoing negotiations, 9 days and 9 nights of tough talks with his partners, as he called them, of the left wing, the Socialist Party and the Greens. He's trying to create, Jean-Luc Mélenchon, a coalition of these parties, a united left-wing front in order to beat Emmanuel Macron, to get a majority of seats in the National Assembly and therefore become the next Prime Minister of France. That is the will of Jean-Luc Mélenchon, who did say that tonight would be the last day of negotiations, the last chance, if you will, to get a coalition built. It's not going smoothly, it has to be said, with the Communist Party pulling out this morning. The Socialists also in recent days. We don't really know what is the state of negotiations, but talks will be continuing, and there are some stumbling blocks. The Socialists and the Greens, for the most part, opposed to Jean-Luc Mélenchon's view of Europe. Jean-Luc Mélenchon, he's ready to disobey European treaties if they prevent him from spending the money he wants in order to reinforce public services here. And also there's, of course, this hot debate on pension reform. Emmanuel Macron wants to move the legal age to be able to get a pension and retire from 62 to 65. Jean-Luc Mélenchon's opposed to that, and that's a very important issue here in France today on Mead.
If I recall, that proposed increase is what caused riots last time.
All right, Clovis, thank you very much. Clovis Casale reporting from...
Okay, so that was obviously before anything like got violent. Fucking, there we go. There should be another video, I thought. Maybe not. Because, you know, obviously the headline and the intro paragraph are about, you know, police firing tear gas to push back black-clad anarchists. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, God.
People
This sounds
wearing
like
black
our liberal
pants and
rags,
black
bro.
shirts.
Quote, black bloc anarchists ransacked a McDonald's restaurant and trashed several real estate agencies, breaking their windows and setting garbage bins on fire. Police responded by firing tear gas. But that being said, and these are media estimates, so they very well could be low. About 250 rallies were organized in Paris and other cities, including, Marseille. I know that. Anyway, overall, over 116,000 people demonstrated across the country, including 24,000 in the capital.
Hell yeah.
In Paris, trade unionists were joined by political figures, as he was saying in the video, mostly from the left, and climate activists. Mostly from the left. Do you mean that there's like French conservatives that are like, yeah, I'm going to go to May Day?
Well, Natalie just pointed out, asked rather, isn't France where the term liberal is the name for a conservative party? And I don't know, but if it is, that would be appropriate because liberals are conservatives.
conservatives are liberals is really more
Yes.
accurate, but
Yeah. They don't realize it, but they
Oh
are
my
two heads
God.
of the same monster.
right. I mean, if you're part of the neoliberal order, you're a fucking liberal. I'm sorry.
Yep.
I'm not sorry. Why did I apologize for that?
I don't know. You shouldn't be sorry for that.
No, I shouldn't. All right. What? I thought that I had those videos that Wade sent me saved, but they must be in the chat. Fuck.
Yeah, I don't see anything linked there. Give me a second. I'll look in Slack.
There's no search and conversation on desktop. What?
Really?
Yeah.
Wade, if you're watching, can you grab that link again and
Search and conversation. Redfish.
Oh, you found it. Right on.
All right. Yes, these are the videos that I wanted. I'm just gonna go down the list, pretty much.
Okay.
What can I do to cover this up, though? Can I make the fucking chat full screen? I don't want to show all my fucking messages.
But it's only trying to open it in Messenger?
In Messenger, yeah. Wait. I got it to work. I got it to work. We good. I'm just gonna go ahead and open them all, and then,
in your browser instead? Yeah.
Yeah. I was just like, what the fuck?
Right. Y'all get enough of our unfiltered mouths on the show. You don't necessarily need to read our messages too. Oh, fuck.
All right, so I'm just gonna kind of rapid fire these. They're all pretty short. The ones that are like hours long, obviously, I'm not gonna show you hours of. There's no need for that. All right. So. Window tab. There we go. Actually, I'll just do the fucking this. Did I hit cancel? Am I stupid?
I don't know. I can't see what you're doing on
I literally hit cancel. Wow. There we go. I know.
Gotta love when the fractals kick in.
This is Chile. I also want to give a disclaimer because social media says that that Redfish is Russian state affiliated media. I don't know if that's true or not. I don't really personally care.
Right.
They're literally just showing us raw footage.
If they were giving opinions, we wouldn't know what they were anyway because we don't fucking speak Russian.
Well, German here, but
any of that. I'm just saying, like, if it is Russian media and there was talking heads talking, we wouldn't know what the fuck they were saying anyway.
Oh, hold on. I got audio playing from more than one place. Pause.
I'm not hearing your audio anyway, so I don't know if you
Oh, really?
still have that volume turned down or if you didn't share
No, I did,
some
but
audio.
it's always funky when I try to share the entire screen anyway, so I'll just do it this way.
Okay.
Fucking group chat.
Comrades, let us protect our continent. Let us protect each other. Let's see each other. When you see a Zimbabwean, see yourself. When you see a Nigerian, see yourself. Because Nigeria is South Africa, South Africa is Nigeria. Africa is not a continent, it's a country. We are one. We want one currency. We want one president, one parliament. And that dream will be achieved. Shoot to kill, Yamasa. Shoot to kill, kill them. Kiss the poor, the farmer. Kiss the poor, the farmer.
This is kind of more of a pain in the ass to do it individual tabs, but whatever. Athens! Let's see how hard Greece goes. So, I mean, I'm not surprised that there's massive crowds there, too.
Right. I wish I could tell you what they're saying, but the only Greek I know is how to cuss somebody out, so can't help you with that. But
now, you guys, do you want to see something that I think is really exciting?
Fire away.
No guesses? No guesses? Cuba
No.
had their first May Day rally since COVID, and holy shit. I wish I had more than a 36-second video. But anyway, I guess it might help if I share it. I was about to click play, and then I'm like, wait a minute.
Right. Helps if you share it. I learned that lesson the last show when I didn't share the audio.
Right.
That was great.
Look at that crowd, though.
Oh, yeah. Look at how many pictures of Castro they're holding up. Revolutionary flag. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
And then one more from Berlin. I didn't open the ones that were live that were like 4 hours long, because one of them was Berlin and one of them was Paris, which we already saw some coverage of.
Right.
But yeah, anyway.
And I really got to say, the French go fucking hard when it comes to calling out their government. They might not give a fuck about getting involved in other people's fucking wars. A lot of people try to paint France as soft because of that. But look at the difference in how they treat their government versus the rest of the world does. These motherfuckers are not soft at all.
Here's my thing, right? The French are not soft. Their government is soft because of what their people will do to their government if they step out of line.
Yes. Yep. Exactly. They know their people will fucking behead them. That right there, how the government is scared of the people, that's goals. That's legit goals. What we have here of the people being afraid of the government instead of the government being afraid of the people is fucked. We need to be
Absolutely.
more like the French and make our fucking government afraid of us. And fuck yes, Natalie. Damn right, yellow vests.
Anyway, yeah, so I like that banner right off the bat. We share the pain, we share the rage.
Hell yeah.
Obviously it's dark and everybody's, so it's kind of hard to see what's going on, but I mean, same shit we've been seeing. Police trying to bust up crowds.
Their signs are saying, eat the rich and smash the patriarchy. Fuck yes.
Why are the cops taking their banner?
Because cops are assholes. Couldn't read what that banner said, but it kind of makes me wonder what insulted the cops about that one. Maybe they were so butthurt about that one in particular.
So the next one would be the Starbucks and Amazon May Day 2020 rally in Portland. Which, I mean, I want to say that that's impressive to begin with, right? Two massive companies whose employees are struggling for unionization and have been coming together to hold a May Day rally. I mean, dude, that is the spirit of fucking May Day. I believe that I have a video. How do I make this full screen? It's just another little 38-second video, but I always try to, like get the organizers, words in there as opposed to just what the journalist said about it.
Right.
Well, God damn it. Where's my sound? There's my sound.
In downtown.
God damn it. Why can't I fucking rewind this? Whatever.
Portland, a group held a rally for Starbucks and Amazon workers. Both groups are going through their own union fights nationally that brought out workers from other industries to support them as well.
We had representatives from Starbucks, from Amazon. We had postal service workers here. We had Teamsters with UPS that were here today. So really just bridging all of the struggles in labor right now under the banner headline of New Organizing.
Supporters at the rally were calling for safer work conditions and livable wages.
And livable wages.
Right. That's a very specific thing. Living wage, minimum wage is not living wage. It was intended to be, but when you let that remain in the hands of fucking Congress instead of, I don't know, maybe adding to those laws that initiated the minimum wage, that it was supposed to like actually keep up with the cost of living and pace itself with inflation and production and things, since that wasn't codified into that it actually keep up with the cost of living. Now look at what we have. Minimum wage is no longer a living wage, has not been for a long fucking time, because they can just keep fucking us over. Sorry, don't mind me greasing myself up over here. They're not exactly bringing the show to you because they're not paying us, but this show's been brought to you by Off-Brand VapoRub and Chloroseptic cough drops, because that's how I'm functional right now, and Sudafed.
Fair
I
enough.
get to pay them for it, though. They should pay us for it. Kroger brand. Oh, goodness. Yeah, it's kind of hard to breathe. Fuck. Oh, man.
Anyway, so in Portland, activists marched through Portland on Sunday in recognition of May Day. Gathered downtown at 11 a.m. at Battleship Oregon Memorial and marched to South Park blocks. They were calling for better egalitarian labor policies and better treatment of migrants. And then blocks away from that protest, a group of Starbucks employees, Amazon workers, migrant rights activists, community organizers, and union members rallied near Starbucks. That's the one that the video was from. They waved signs, played music, and gave speeches admonishing corporations like Starbucks for union-busting behavior. Good, we've had a fucking enough.
Right. Looking through here. Says here we had representatives from Starbucks, from Amazon. We had postal service workers here. We had Teamsters with UPS that were here today. Really just bridging all the struggles in labor right now under the banner headline of new organizing. That's a quote from Quentin Santa with Starbucks Workers United. Dig it. This is in contrast to, previous year's destructive events during May Day celebrations. And give me a second. I've got another video to grab in Slack that is from Global News. Let's see. Sorry, give me a moment to scroll here and find the right one. Oh goodness, am I in the right channel or is that... Oh, there it is. Okay. Let me get that pulled up in the browser so I can just share
If
the
you
tab
struggle to lose weight, you must
and
see this.
make it easier. Give me a second. It's playing an ad there. Give me a moment. I'll share the tab when that ad gets done. Y'all don't want to see a fucking ad. I'm just guessing. Okay. And bam. There we go. I'll just do this. This is a May Day protest gone awry from the looks of it. I don't have any info right here on hand of what it set that off for as far as fires and police contact.
Trabzon'u açtınız. O Trabzon'u niye kapatmadınız? Aşağı ineriz. Kaç bunlar? Hause nach Hause gehen kann. Hört auf damit! Lasst die Leute in Ruhe! Leute, bleibt zusammen! Bleibt sicher!
Did you find more Mayday footage?
Yeah, this is the global news link that Emily had listed next
Yeah,
to
that was. I played it out of my browser. That was the first one I played.
I'm wondering if this is just different angles of some of the stuff. Are you sure it was the same one?
I thought. I mean, I guess I could be wrong.
This started with some other footage that didn't look familiar, and it's bouncing in. And this is another one that is bouncing through different cities. But
it could be a different one. I could be wrong.
Okay. Well.
So I got a funny.
Forward. We're a new type of doctor's office that's providing preventative primary care. We've got world-class doctors supported by the most advanced.
Okay, I stopped the share, but the audio kept going. That was your head coming on. He's gone now.
He's gone now. Anyway, so there is something pretty funny in here, actually. So the Pope on Twitter is labeled fucking Russian state-affiliated media because he said that NATO could be to blame.
Yep. The memes have been great of people being like, holy fuck, the Pope's a tanky.
Yeah, I know, right? Dude, for real. But yeah, I mean, and that's one thing I've always respected about Francis, right? Like, I don't respect the institution. I don't respect the papacy. But I do respect him. Okay?
Right. As an individual, he has been the most leftist fucking person to ever hit the papacy in its entire existence.
Right. And I mean, he's always had a firm anti-war stance, and I really, honestly, I was wondering what his official stance was going to be. And then when he finally opened his mouth, he pointed the finger straight at NATO. And then Twitter labeled him Russian state-affiliated media.
Perfect. I am popping... Oh, if it'll let me, I'm going to pop one of those Pope memes into Slack so we can screen share it on here. All right. It's fucking great.
Yeah, and I totally went out of order to come to this because Emily just brought it up, and I was just like, oh my God, yeah, that's like real life right now. That being said, he also did warn the patriarch of the Russian Orthodox Church not to turn himself into Putin's altar boy. And he also canceled an upcoming meeting with, I'm not going to butcher that name, but he also canceled an in-person meeting that was supposed to be coming up with the head of the Russian Orthodox Church because he didn't want to appear to be taking sides, right? And like I said, he warned that same patriarch that he cannot turn himself into Putin's altar boy. Which, I mean, I feel like that's kind of a dark sense of humor, isn't it?
It kind of is.
Like the Pope
but it doesn't
said that.
surprise me.
The Pope said that, though.
Right? Pope's got a set on him, man. I'm just saying. But I mean,
like, bro, he just like pointed the finger at his own church with a joke.
mm-hmm. Yep. That. You know, the thing is, if I remember right, he is from South America and grew up in poverty.
Argentina. Yep.
Argentina. Okay, I thought so, but I wasn't sure. You know, thank you. But he grew up dealing with a lot of the same hardships that a lot of the people around the world are still to this day dealing with. So he gets it. Even being in the papacy, he has not lost touch with reality and with the people. And it shows in the shit that he does, because he's pushed some very, very fucking ethical stances with his role there. So at least he's trying to do something good with it and invoke some fucking change in the church. And calls them out on their shit. That's like,
which I mean he primarily has done, but what I wonder is if it's going to have a lasting impact after he's gone.
I don't know, but I sure hope so.
Yeah,
that too. At least it's helped.
Also, since it's on the screen for our audio only listeners, I want to plug Midwestern Marks. Go follow him on Twitter at Marks Midwest. There's a lot of good material there, but not to discount the Pope's a tanky memes, because they are pretty fire. But there's a lot of good informational and shit posting type material on there. Not so much shit posting, but yeah. Anyway, follow
good
him.
Stuff.
Check it out.
Yep. I like how he throws on, or they, I don't know gender of Midwestern Marks, but they throw on their Captain Obvious cape for this one, saying it's just not that hard a position to arrive at. Anyone who has followed NATO eastward expansion, 2014 coup, Ukraine Nazi legitimation, Donbas bombings, anti-Russian legislation, etc., would see US/NATO and their fascistic collaborators in Ukraine are to blame. It's like, yes, this is what we've been trying to fucking tell you.
Pope's a tanky.
For our audio only listeners, that's the caption that Midwestern Marks put on this photo of the Pope as a tanky. It's fucking beautiful. And there, I'll take that down now. But yeah, just wanted to read that because it's like, dun dun dun, Captain Obvious back to the rescue. Please pay attention to what's really happening.
Just to clarify though, because like, I mean, I seriously, he has not been kind to Russia in terms of the invasion either, right? Like, since February, Pope Francis has deplored the suffering of Ukrainians and denounced the invasion, but refrained from explicitly naming Russia as the aggressor. When he was asked about it, he said that the barking of NATO at the door of Russia may have led to the invasion of Ukraine, and that he didn't know whether other countries should supply Ukraine with more arms. So he has been firmly like, no, we need to stop this fucking war.
Yep.
Like, anyway, point is that he has not been friendly to Russia in his rhetoric about the invasion either. But yet, Twitter labeled Pope Francis as Russia state-affiliated media.
I think it's great. I find it fucking hilarious.
And exactly, Natalie, I never would have thought in a million years that the Pope would be the one to stand up to NATO.
Right.
I mean, I know it's just words, but for the patriarch of the Catholic Church to be like, well, if NATO wasn't barking at Russia's door.
Right. Literally trying to start shit. It's one of those things of, if you don't want no shit, you shouldn't start no shit. And NATO and the US have been starting this shit for 8 fucking years plus. Because there was all the time ahead of that planning for the Maidan coup that our fucking tax dollars funded for these Nazis to do this fucking takeover in the first goddamn place in 2014. And anybody who hasn't caught those episodes where we shared those links, I can take a moment and grab those and pop them in here too, so you can listen to even like the phone call between Obama's administration and NATO leadership setting this shit up. Like, there's no denying it.
So we have. Well, while you're doing that, I'm going to scroll back up to where we should have been, but I got excited about, dude, the Pope's a tanky.
Right.
Anyway, so the NFT market is collapsing just as Square Enix sells Tomb Raider to bet big on blockchain. No one could have predicted. Some of this is Dean's talking points. I think that Dean's versus the Emily's are probably going to stand out. I hear music. That's so weird. Anyway, no one could have predicted that a market based on imaginary ownership of infinitely duplicable JPEG images might not be sustainable long term. Companies are literally selling a line of code on what they call a blockchain to repackage the extremely old idea of digital asset ownership as the next big investment you should get in on right now. NFTs are QAnon if it were stock. If believing in a flat earth could be bought and sold. It depends on the belief of their own existence to exist, requiring faith and religious notions of worthiness in order to flourish. That's our Dean. Anyway, Square Enix, famed for properties like Final Fantasy, intends to sell Crystal Dynamics, Eidos Montreal, and Square Enix Montreal to the Embracer Group, along with IPs from multiple games, including Tomb Raider, Thief, and Legacy of Kain. Square Enix says that the quote, the transaction enables the launch of new businesses by moving forward with investments in fields including blockchain, AI, and the cloud. The Wall Street Journal reports that the NFT market is collapsing, down 92% from last September. Also, it's funny because Ticketmaster is selling, or well, not selling, but with your concert tickets, you get an NFT copy of your ticket.
Right.
Like, why? What the fuck am I going to do with a digital copy of my already digital ticket? Like, anyway. Also, an extraordinary drop of active wallets by about 88% since November. Kotaku, which was the news source, reached out to Square Enix to see if the market collapse has given them any pause in their investment decision and are waiting for a response.
So I'm listening. I'm copying and pasting these links into the comments right now. Not ignoring you. Looking down at the phone to get them files out.
Right. Let's see. So the last two are climate change Not is this the last two? No, it's not the last two. I lied to you. The next two are climate change. While working on a news story on the discovery of a barrel containing human remains at Lake Mead, a news team found a second barrel. The second barrel was empty. I'm gonna not put that at the bottom of the article like the journalists did, but anyway. The first barrel was discovered by boaters at about 3:00 p.m. on Sunday. The second barrel was found several hundred feet from the first barrel on shore. As I said, that was empty. A person was found in the first barrel, believed to be a man, is suspected to have been killed in the late 70s or early 1980s, according to investigators. The area, now a beach near a boat ramp, would have been several dozen feet underwater in the 70s and 80s. Lake Mead was reportedly a proper, Jesus Christ, popular dumping site for murderers. A proper dumping site for murderers. And police suspect to find more barrels and bodies as the lake recedes. So, ultimately, this is why it's a climate change article, right? Lake Mead dropped below 1,056 feet in elevation last Tuesday. At its highest, the lake levels were 1,225 feet. In elevation, right? That's how you measure water depth, is by elevation.
Right.
So that lake has dropped over 200 feet. Well, not over, almost 200 feet. Sorry. And I mean, okay, so I guess I'm not going to try to give everybody much information because I only know so much, right? But the area that I work in, which already has at least 2 really nice golf courses, right? Apparently that same area is going to have 3 additional golf courses in the next 5 years. But we're so short on water, right, that we are stopping growing food.
How the fuck they can justify cutting water for growing food before cutting water for fucking golf courses? It's goddamn astounding. It's audacious. It's not surprising, but it's fucking audacious. They need to turn the fuck around, go back to wherever the fuck they found that audacity and put it the fuck back. Food first.
And I mean, I don't think we need any more. I mean, we probably shouldn't have as many as we already have. We definitely don't need any more.
Right.
Maybe a lot of people don't understand how much water it takes in Arizona to operate a golf course.
Right. Hell, just to grow grass at all. And that's before we even get to all the goddamn palm trees that don't fucking belong here. Just saying. I mean, there's so many things that are done here that are totally fucking wasteful of the water that it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
You'd think that when you're in an area where water is a very fucking precious resource because you don't exactly have enough of it to sustain stuff, that you'd maybe, I don't know, not worry about a fucking golf course. focus on growing food so people can survive. Nobody needs a goddamn golf course to survive. Matter of fact, all those golf courses should be turned into land to grow food on first. Especially since
Agreed.
they've got all these complicated fucking in-ground networks of sprinklers. Make use of that to grow food.
For the record, when you say sprinklers, man, those things move a lot of water very quickly.
Yep. Because, I mean, you have to in order to even get fucking grass to grow. It's ridiculous. I don't get it. I don't get it. It's the fucking desert. Stop trying to turn it into the Midwest.
Well, everybody came from the Midwest, so they're like, oh, but I miss home. But I don't want to go back there because I don't like the winter. Meh. And that's exactly the thing, Natalie. The rich people want golf courses.
Right. Well, maybe we should barbecue their asses, and then they won't be arguing with us about their goddamn golf courses. Eat the rich, folks.
So a man set himself on fire in front of the U.S. Supreme Court on Earth Day.
I love self-immolation.
Yeah. Wynn Allen Bruce, age 50, from Boulder, Colorado, set himself on fire in front of the U.S. Supreme Court on Earth Day, as I just said. He suffered critical injuries and was airlifted to a hospital where he later died. This said he was protesting against inaction on the climate crisis. I mean, I don't necessarily agree with the tactic, but we're setting ourselves on fire as it is.
I'm scrolling trying to find that part. If I remember right, wasn't the guy a Buddhist?
Well, we'll get to. Well, actually, there's a guy that knew him who's a Buddhist. It doesn't say that he's a Buddhist, but he very well may have been.
Okay, because yeah, I see that. I think it was the same case that I saw an article about a few days ago. The thing a lot of people might not realize is that as far as Buddhist thought, that's why the Buddhist priest who he was friends with said, this is not an act of suicide. This is a deeply fearless act of compassion to bring attention to climate crisis. It's because in Buddhism, the act of self-immolation is the greatest sacrifice you can possibly give to bring attention to something that is being greatly ignored.
I mean, yeah, that's what happened to the Arab Spring.
Yeah.
The incident comes as the Supreme Court is set to rule on requests by the Republican state attorneys general and coal companies to strip the EPA, the Environmental Protection Agency, of its authority to regulate planet-warming gas emissions from power plants. The area around the Supreme Court was closed Friday for further investigation, and the court plaza returned to normal Saturday. But our next story will talk about why that it didn't stay normal for long. Kriti Kanko, climate scientist and Zen Buddhist priest who knows Bruce through a meditation group, tweeted, as you just said, this act is not suicide. This is a deeply fearless act of compassion to bring attention to climate crisis. We are piecing together info, but he had been planning it for at least a year. #WinBruce. I am so moved. In an interview with the New York Times, she clarified that, quote, people are being driven to extreme amounts of climate grief and despair, and that she did not want young people to start thinking about self-immolation.
Right.
About a year ago, Bruce responded to one of his own posts about climate change with the comment containing the fire emoji and the date for 2022. His last Facebook his last Facebook post on March 28th said, quote, "This is not humor. It is all about breathing," referring to the need for clean air. This isn't the first time someone has set themselves on fire to protest inaction against climate change. In April 2018, David Buckle, a lawyer and environmental advocate, drenched himself with gas and lit himself on fire in Prospect Park in Brooklyn, New York. In an email Buckle sent to media before he died, he wrote, quote, "Most humans on the planet now breathe air made unhealthy by fossil fuels, and many die early deaths as a result. My early death by fossil fuels reflects what we are doing to ourselves."
Again, sacrifice. Change takes sacrifice.
So, yeah, I agree. So our last thing is Roe v. Wade, which I'm sure a lot of you are probably waiting for a deep dive on it. I'm not sure. Is that roundtable chat going to be live or pre-recorded?
Sorry, I'm having a little trouble here. I'm losing my voice. I believe we're going to pre-record it tomorrow, so that way we have a couple of days to, get word out about it and, kick a poster around and stuff, let people know. But I'm also waiting for feedback from the group to see how they feel about pre-recording versus going live. If we do go live, then it'll probably be tomorrow afternoon. But if they're down to do the pre-record thing, then, we'll air it in a couple of days, so we've got time to get around.
I mean, I would probably prefer that, because then whatever day we end up doing it, we can, put it out at the regular show time.
Yeah.
And like you said, promote it. Oh my God. And write up a good description. But anyway, basically, here is my short notes on Roe v. Wade. And if you have anything that you want to say in this, you're welcome to. Otherwise, wait for the round table. I am not trying to platform my opinion on abortion because I don't have a fucking uterus, right? But here's what I've noticed about this leak. Liberals are using it solely as a fundraising opportunity and being all like, get out the vote, yeah. And conservatives are only focused on where the leak came from. Like, who the fuck told?
Right.
And
that's
Democrats,
what they're worried about. They want to hunt down a fucking, person who leaked this rather than, I don't know, maybe actually having some ethics and addressing why this is a big fucking problem. All this shit comes down to religious views that do not have the privilege of being codified into law at all. They don't get to be enshrined in the fucking law. We don't give a flying fuck what your religious fucking views or your fifis are about whether or not we have the right to access proper fucking health care. We're fucking tired of telling people that even with wanted pregnancies, you could have medical issues that cause a fucking need for an abortion or a need for even, something as simple as a DNC or the pill that is deemed by those conservative fucks as the abortion pill when it helps to expel. Like, if you have had a miscarriage and your body isn't expelling the the miscarried fetus, that can fucking kill you if you can't access a DNC or that pill to help your uterus push everything out. That can cause your fucking body to go septic. We're tired of listing off all the reasons why these things are needed, from underage kids being raped, incest, things like that, of why this is needed. Look, if you have uterus, you don't have to fucking justify to any fucking buddy else why it is that you need an abortion. It's not their fucking business. It's not their fucking skin suit. It's yours. You don't have to tell anybody your reasoning behind it. I don't care if it's because you've already got kids to feed and can't afford another one. I don't care if you have 0 kids and can't afford a first one. Whatever your reasoning is, it's valid. And it's not for some other motherfucker to judge according to their fucking religious bullshit. And I'll just leave that at that as a brief overview of all the facets of what the fuck that we are going to dig into on this round table, because I've seen so many motherfuckers try to fucking come at it like, oh, well, I guess it would be okay if you needed one because you got raped, but not if you had consensual sex. And it's like, no, fuck your shit, man. Whatever your reasoning is,
I've seen a
valid.
lot of that. Oh
right?
My God.
Don't care what your reason is. It's valid. If your birth control failed, valid reason. Doesn't matter. You don't owe strangers a fucking explanation. It's not for them to go, well, does it meet this list of criteria that I wanted put in the law? Fuck you, Becky. Fuck you, Karen. Keep your shit at home. If you don't want to have an abortion, you don't get one. You don't get to tell anybody else not to.
Exactly. If you're fucking anti-abortion, then don't fucking get one. Holy shit.
That's where your choice starts and finishes. The only motherfucker you have the ability to control is yourself. Start and end with yourself. Stop trying to control other people. Not to mention, this fucking world is a shit show. People are fucking dying of poverty left and right. And the only reason these motherfuckers keep pushing for this shit is because they are going, wait a minute, birth rates are dropping. And we're going to have less fucking chattel to kick into the workforce to keep our profit margins going in the next generation. And this is what I have to say to that. Fuck your profits too. People over profits. And I mean people that already fucking exist by that.
Yeah. So the Democrats have raised $7 million after the leak, and that is so discouraging. Also, did you notice that the fucking liberals learned the word codify last week?
About goddamn time. But on that
They've
subject,
had 50 years to codify Roe v. Wade, and they haven't lifted a finger.
Right, and specifically on that subject right there, the Dems are doing what the establishment fucking does. And right now they are trying to emotionally manipulate you by telling you, oh, well, I mean, if you want to keep your right to an abortion, you'd better vote for me and keep me in office because I'll protect that for you. Fuck their shit. You need to flip that fucking script on them and start telling them, excuse me, if you don't fucking codify this now, you're not going to have any fucking support in the next election, you motherfucker. Play their fucking game against them. Pull the same shit on them of, no, it's us that you're not gonna have if you don't do what the fuck we say. Period. If you're not gonna do what the fuck we say, then there's no point in putting your fucking ass in office. Because all you do is prove time and time again, like you have over all these fucking last fucking at least 50, 60 decades of bullshit over this still being fucking fought, that you're not worth keeping in office. Because as you said, they've had over 50 years to codify this shit and they still haven't fucking done so. And it's so they can keep using it as a manipulation tool to try to fucking coerce people into voting for them. Well, guess what? Especially fuck you, Pelosi. Fuck you, Pelosi, being like, oh, we're not going to have a litmus test of who's going to support abortion in order to be in the party. Well, fuck you, Pelosi. Because that's one of the few reasons why anybody even still votes Democrat. So, any liberals out there listening who still do, it's about time you put their fucking feet to the fire and let them know you either fucking do the job we've hired you to do, or there's no point in having you. Codify now, or you don't get any support in the elections. Because if you're just as fucking bad as Republicans about the abortion issue, what difference does it fucking make if you think that you don't have to fucking abide by the people who actually put your fucking ass in those offices? And this is why we say conservatives are liberals and liberals are conservatives. They are two heads of the same fucking monster. They don't give a fuck. The Supreme Court don't give a fuck. The Supreme Court had the fucking balls to say that their decision making in this can't be worried about what public reaction's gonna be. Well, you should be. You should be fucking worried about what our reaction's gonna be. Shows you they don't fucking sit there to serve the people either. These motherfuckers had the audacity to say that in order for it to qualify as a constitutional right, that it must be based in traditions of the U.S. And I'm here to say fuck you on that too. Because traditions in the U.S. are patriarchal abuse, slavery, fucking Jim Crow laws, 3/5 rules. Fuck your traditions. They don't hold any place in common day society, current day society. They don't fucking apply anymore. I don't give a fuck what your traditions are. Tradition is nothing but peer pressure from dead people. Fuck off. And at that, I digress, because I'm going to lose my voice if I keep fucking yelling.
Well, yeah, and I mean, if you're going to have a whole roundtable on it tomorrow.
Right. I'll save the rest of it for that, because granted, those are things we will touch on in that, but there's your highlight. There's your highlight of how many fuck yous are going to come at our fucking employees in government with this roundtable. This is fucked.
Yeah. Also, in the pipeline, I'm not sure exactly when in the next couple days we're going to record it, but I mentioned at the beginning of this that I have my notes for the May Day historical piece almost done. Originally, we were going to do that on May Day, but we ended up talking with Mary Gundel. If you have not seen that, it's available at forwearemany.org. But we still plan on doing that. Brain fart. What was I saying? Holy shit. I got distracted by the chat.
I kind of did too, because, yeah, but hi, Vicky. Hi, Wade.
Vicky, Wade, Natalie. We don't have James tonight. He must have had to work late.
Probably.
Anyway, but the May Day piece, there we go, will be coming out sometime in the next week. We will be, again, pre-recording it and promoting it, so that way when the stream happens, we hopefully everybody already knows. If not, you can always find it at forwearemany.org. If you like what we do and you want to help us out,
Didn't mean to bump that. Sorry.
If you like what we do, if you like what we do and you want to help us out, you can. There's a donate option on the side of the page, on any page on forwearemany.org, and we also, as you see on your screen, patreon.com/forwearemany. We are currently running a poll for our next movie watch along. The two options that I put up were the Joker as like a dissect it kind of thing, and what was the other one?
I don't know. I suggested The Dark Knight Rises because Bane is my favorite fucking anti-hero, but really a hero, because when it comes to his logic, his political analysis, I can't argue with the man. I fucking love him.
Young Marks was the other one. And I should be able to edit the poll. Let me see if I can do that real quick.
Oh, that's funny. I'm not sure who under the page said, I mean, I guess I am a brain fart personified, but still, but that's fucking... I think that's Wade.
I think it was Wade. Vicky, you're working. Oh my God. Surprise.
Right? That never happens. Kidding.
But yeah, so Young Marks was the more historical one, and the Joker was the more like, let's apply our take on the world to this, and see what we're getting at here. Looks like Wade voted Young Marks, but Wade, the poll is in Patreon.
Right, we're polling patrons.
We also have he is a patron.
Although you are a patron. Okay, yeah. Go in there.
We also have what is right now anyway, a patron exclusive Discord server. Eventually that'll probably be open to the public, but we're all pretty new to Discord, so we want to like dip our feet in slowly.
Right. We're working on building that out.
Yeah. But I think it's going to be a lot of fun, and to be honest, I think we can do our movie watch parties in that.
Hell yeah. That would be great. Oh, no shit, Vicky, you're a Patreon patron too now?
I didn't mean to put that one up. I meant to put that one up. Yeah, I mean, honestly, Natalie, we do too. There was like a solid 2 or 3 months where we literally didn't post on Patreon once. But we're trying to, be better to you guys because, like, we said we were going to do this shit. We got to do this shit.
Right. There's multiple things that we've been trying to really get rolling as benefits for our patrons. And you do have our deepest apologies for falling off on the last couple of movie nights, because at least we were doing those for a while. We do need to pick that back up and get those going every month. But, there's more that we're getting put together for you guys.
Speaking of Patreon, one of the benefits that we've been running is a personalized dedication. So actually I owe John Tickler a shout out, and I guess I owe Vicky a shout out, and Wade and Natalie are also patrons.
Wade's calling me out now, last couple. Yeah, it's more than a couple.
Yeah, I think I was thinking that too, because that was like right before New Year's, wasn't it, or was it right after?
I think so. Oh fuck, we're at 5 now.
Yeah.
Well, we've missed 4. It is now May. We need to
get May. Right.
Yep. It was December. Yeah.
Oof.
Shit. Wow, it didn't seem like it had been that fucking long, but it really has.
Yeah, it really has. But yeah, regardless of which movie that you guys pick, I think it's going to be fun. They're always fun. Even the ones where we were trying to do it on Facebook, though, it was still fun. Just it was exhausting by the end of the movie.
Yeah.
Trying to get everybody to pause it at the same time and
right. It's definitely easier to do it either in here or in Zoom. I'm curious how that'll work in like right in Patreon or in Discord.
well, I mean, in Discord, we already have the patron chat set up, and you can share video and audio channels. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. I'm not that familiar with Discord. I've only like played around a little bit in there, so there's probably a lot of shit it can do that I'm completely
Same.
unaware of.
Yeah. Like I said, we're definitely stumbling our way around in there still, but we're working on it. Anyway, we are pushing 2 hours, so we should probably try to wrap this up.
Indeed. Natalie says she still hasn't gotten to watch Judas and the Black Messiah. Did we record that? Is that still available in Patreon?
I would have to look on my old laptop and see if we recorded it, because if I did, that's where it would be. Okay. I know we did it in Zoom, so we might have, but we also might not have.
Natalie, if we did not record that for you, touch base with me when you have some free time off from work, and I will like hop in Zoom with you and watch the movie again with you, because I love that movie. I could watch it 100 times over. And I don't know if your streaming service has it or not, but mine does. I'll gladly sit down and watch that again with you.
Wade said we could totally do it again. I mean,
for real. Anytime. I love that movie.
Wade bought it. So did I, actually. I have it on. Yeah. Well, I couldn't screen share that because it's a DVD, but.
Right. Like, we can't broadcast it. We can't air it because, copyrights, but we can watch it privately together.
Yep.
And just screen share it. Yeah.
Anyway, I'm not sure, Natalie. I think you can buy it on other services, but
yeah. I think it's on Netflix too, but don't quote me on it. I'm not sure. I can't remember, because my streaming service has access to all of them. It might be the HBO that it was accessing it from. I don't recall at this time because it's been since December. Okay, yeah, if it's not on Netflix, it must have been HBO I was tapping that from.
All right, well, anyway, I have the music queued.
Good shit. Thank you, everyone, for joining us tonight. We love you.